Here in East Anglia are two churches close together and both worth a visit. These two churches are in Lavenham and Long Melford, near Sudbury. This area of Suffolk was the heart of the wool trade in the 15th and 16th centuries, and the wealth thus generated is reflected in these grand churches being built in such small villages. The church here in Lavenham is at the top of the hill leading out of the village. The present building was completed around 1530, replacing, with the aid of the new wool money, a less grand church, though the chancel remains from that older building. The rebuilding work was apparently commissioned in 1486 to mark the Tudor triumph at Bosworth Field, in which the local lord of the manor had played a part. The De Veres came into possession of the manor in 1086. The other principal donors for the rebuilding work were the Spring family, who were wool merchants. The arms of these two families are to be seen throughout the building. Whilst here, look especially for the carved wooden screens, considered to be some of the finest in England, and the late Gothic chantries. Lavenham, like so many places in East Anglia, was the home of a US Air Force base during World War II. It is claimed that this tower, i.e. without a spire, is the highest village church tower in England. The porch, which we saw earlier, is crowned with the boars of the De Veres. The statues of St. Peter and St. Paul are modern. Before we leave the church, just note the use of and arrangement of these flints forming the outer facing of the walls. You will see this on other local churches, for example Long Melford, and on one of the gateways at Norwich Cathedral. Let's have a brief look around the village. We aren't the first filmmakers to come here. I am told that the final episode of Lovejoy, the BBC series of the 1990s, was filmed here. Some scenes for Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows were filmed here, not to mention Vincent Price's film Witchfinder General. A little earlier, in the late 18th century, Lavenham was home to the poet Jane Taylor, and from her poem The Star we take the lyric for the nursery rhyme Twinkle, twinkle, little star. I am told that many of the buildings here were constructed using green unweathered wood. I have no idea why. Anyway, over time, the green wood would dry out and the buildings became distorted, resulting in the many crooked little houses you see here.